Welcome back live, and we can give you an idea of a little bit of the speed. And Torin, you've got the indicators there.
Fabio Mai, he's just made his way up into the lead group. He actually had the fastest time through the speed trap. He's going at 61.5 kilometers an hour to give you an indication of how fast they're really going out there.
Yeah, Vilasov just behind, 60 kilometers and a little bit more. Kozu of Japan, Saroko, who we talked about, the Italian. Fast skis from him, Reto Bergermeister, all on 60s, and then Botvinov for Austria, of course, formerly for the Soviet Union, also 59 kilometers per hour, same as Jürgen Brink and Verpalu and Denisov. We've got that speed check throughout the race, so we'll try to bring you that and see what the time differences are later on. On their way back to the stadium, they've gone through 4.8 kilometers with Estil and Fredriksson and Södergren all to the fore, along with Jens Filbrich of Germany and Andy Schluter, Verpalu and Botvinov. Botvinov very interesting because very slow start to the season.
Well, I think, he's been around a long time. He's a KG veteran, and he knows how to classic ski, and he's probably been in a lot of these mass starts and raced a lot of the World Loppet Series. So, he could be somebody that's one of those dark horses out there. He was a bronze medalist in the 30K at the Olympics, and
absolutely, and he came back in Asiago, had a 14th place, not bad, just to give himself an idea, a barometer of where he is. This is the sort of distance that he could do well at.
He's really been an inspiration almost for the Austrian team. He's kind of brought him up to the forefront. In '99, when they won the World Championships, they owed a lot to him.
I tell you what, he also gave him a heart attack because I remember that fantastic relay. And he was coming towards the finish and he crossed his skis. And, we all thought it was curtains for the Austrian team. And Hoffmann, of course, got up in that last lunge to outbid Ulsgaard, who you might have seen a few moments ago, taking on the water, which is going to be important today.
Yeah, they're going to be feeding on the second, starting at the beginning of the first lap and throughout the race.
But, of course, what you drink is very much your own personal choice.
But most of them are going to be taking some sort of energy drink, something with about a 7% concentration of, so they're able to get in some electrolytes and a little bit of carbohydrates in their body.
Well, a chance to just say thank you to one man, Mike Rogers, for your email overnight. Thanks very much. Hope you're enjoying the action. And Zorzi's hat, you were asking about that. It's actually Zorzi's lucky hat when he wears the red and white one. And it all stems from the silver medal in Lahti. And when Zorzi wears the red and white hat, he's feeling good. So let's hope he's wearing it a lot here because we need some good success for the home crowd. You asked where it's available for purchase. I haven't got the faintest idea. We'll ask plenty of Italians around here. We can find the answer. We'll get back to you. The other question you picked on was Christina Smigen's bent poles at Asiago. Torin, any thoughts on that?
Well, Yoko's been trying out some new designs with her poles, trying to find something that maybe can find that just a little extra bit. And it's kind of interesting. It seems like Christina's gone back to the straight shaft pole. So
a lot of new technology here. The very interesting thing I thought from one of the companies, Fischer, were these skis with the very narrow tip and very narrow tail with more mass in the center, which I gather people like yourself, sprinters, are really, really favoring.
Well, it seems that they're always playing around with the side cut on the skis. They kind of started with the Alpine, and it's kind of brought its way over to the Nordic side. And it seems like there's no set design yet on that.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the technicians. He was saying, as you see into the lead, that's Jens Filbrich of Germany in the lead, and just behind him, is that Christian Sirocco for Italy? Could be. He was saying that that particular type of ski would be very good for sprinting because it's very responsive.
What they're looking for now in the sprint skis and on these harder courses is a ski that's got a lot of almost spring to it. They're going with a stiffer ski.
So they're the leaderboard for you, all pretty close, and no major breakaways at the moment. The other interesting thing I thought the other day was this Nordic cruising ski. Have you seen that? Because I was told that it's going down a storm in America.
No, I have not.
It's, again, it's like a derivative from the alpine, the shorter ski, particularly for people who don't ski a lot, who are novices. Really makes it an easy introduction to the sport.
Almost like the Fisher Revolution they introduced there back in the 90s?
Yeah, a little bit. And apparently they've sold hundreds and thousands of these, and they're way ahead of their opposition, who are, I'm told, Atomic have almost got their version of it ready to go. But if it makes it easier for people to take up the sport, then so much the better, because on a day like this, we've got the privilege of sitting in a wonderful commentary box here at the Lago di Tesoro Stadium, but in another sense, it would be better to be out on the snow. Back to the race. And it's Tall Thomas.
Something that we can't overlook Thomas Alsgaard. He's a guy that was a world, Olympic champion back when he was 21 years old. He obviously knows his body really well, and he allows himself to almost ski poorly, and he doesn't let it affect him. And if there's one person that can come back from being 32nd at the Norwegian Nationals just a couple of weeks ago and be a top racer, I think it's Thomas.
Yeah, but there'll be a few people who are saying you've been having us on, you've been kidding us, haven't you? I mean, because we've had all the stories, as you normally do, with Thomas.
I just think that he's able to just let himself rest when he thinks when he needs to.
Now, is this significant? Andrus Verpalou, the defending champion, now putting pace into the race. And he's being shadowed there by Frode Still wearing 3, and Thomas Alsgaard are almost shoulder to shoulder, taking on a little drink there, Jürgen Brink. And we've been skiing now for just 21 minutes, coming up to 22 minutes, as we go into deeper, I should say, into the second loop. And there's really a whole bunch. They promised that this race would be a lot closer than Ventascari's race yesterday. Well, it's been that way really on the men's circuit. When you consider the first classic race, 3 seconds separated the first 3, won by Rotchev. Then there was a dead heat between Auckland and Estill in the Konya 30k race, with 3 seconds just separating those two and Matti Fredriksson. Then Jürgen Brink, Auckland and Verpalou were only separated by 1.5 seconds in Otapa in the mass start there. 7.5 seconds between Fredriksson, Burgermeister and Estill at Oberhof. And Verpalou, well, he had a 26-second win over Estin and Van Boozer, but that was only over 10 kilometres in Asiago. So it has really got all the makings of a tight finish here.
You see Estill there with his short, compact, really rhythmic stride there. It just differs from everybody else, and that's why I think it's going to work so well on some of those steep hills.
2 silvers, but he's Mr. Silver, isn't he? And he wants to get rid of that tag. He really does deserve a victory, but this is going to be a hard-earned victory because these tracks are demanding.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see Andrus Verpalou here, just really smooth and rhythmic, a little bit longer stride, but both of them are working very well.
Matti Fredriksson there with Verpalou, Jürgen Brink still on the premises. So is Södergren. Burgermeister, your outsider there. Imai of Japan, haven't mentioned him, but the longer it is, the better he likes it. Vincent Vito, you just saw fairly far down the order, the first Frenchman to get a World Cup success. That was in the Corona Terrain kilometres freestyle. I think he's going to enjoy the freestyle races more. He was disappointed with his Asiago race. Put that down to only coming down from high altitude from Les Saisies a couple of days before. It's about 1,800 metres up there. It's about 900 here on the plateau. So Estill, and this is where, well, it's probably a bit early to look for the body language of shoulders rocking around. It's in the second half really that we're going to watch for that.
I think they're still, it's not a pedestrian pace by any means, but they're just kind of work it out a little bit, and we'll see, I think, a gap of about 8 people break away sometime on this lap, and then maybe they'll kind of settle it down, and then we'll see some fireworks come at the end.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting if Brink can stay in that route there, because he is the outstanding sprinter of the lot.
Nobody wants to be caught with a cave go with Jorgen Brink on your tail. It's kind of interesting that Jorgen, he kind of had success first in sprint, and he's now able to carry it over into every distance. He's kind of learned something from being able to move at that high of velocity and carried it over.
I think so, and I mean, as you said yourself, although your target at this particular championships is going to be the sprint, but over the period of years to come, you are looking to develop yourself into a much more all-round racer.
I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are. We'll see what happens with Marv Bjorgen and stuff, but I think that we'll see that with the ski speeds moving up as they are, that people are going to be able to move up. It's the same way in track and field. People don't start off running a marathon and move down to the 1,500 or the 400 meters. You kind of work the other way.
So as we are in this second lap, let me give you a little bit of reaction to yesterday's race. Bente Skari, one or two of you might have caught up with her feelings, but for those of you who didn't, I make no apologies. We'll try and bring you the full service here on Eurosport. This is what Bente had to say after winning a gold medal. I'm really happy with my race, the best mass race start of the season. Christina tried to make a fast pace, tried to maintain a fast pace for the first 3 or 4 kilometers, and actually contributed to reducing the number of skiers who were up front. I tried to break away from her at 9 kilometers, but I wasn't successful. But around 12, I increased the pace, and that was where I was able to go away from her. I'm glad for all the Norwegian fans, because they did make a difference here. We won't celebrate today. We'll wait till the end of the championships. The 10K on Thursday, I know I'm going to be against not only Christina and Olga Zavialova, who took the bronze, but also against Hilda Pedersen, my own teammate, Becky Scott, and Gabriella Peruzzi. And then I've got to think about the pursuit and the relay races. So a little bit of Bente Skari's thoughts as it's Verpalou back in the lead, Torrin.
Yeah. I was talking to Becky Scott the other day why she didn't race, and she said she's saving it up for the pursuit and the shorter distance races. That's where she thinks that she can have the best chance, and she's showing incredible form. She's been on the podium 3 times in her life, once at the Olympic Games, once at the Pre-Olympics, and once last week, so she knows how to come on.
Sort of women's version of Andrus Verpalou, really.
Perhaps.
Christina Smigun yesterday, as we look at Estonia. Verpalou leading the way. Well, she said, I tried to maintain the pace, but felt really tired after 10 kilometers. Did my best, can't do more. Felt really happy with the silver medal because I didn't perform well in Obov, but I feel so much better, and I'm really looking forward to that 30K freestyle, which you highlighted yesterday. That clearly is our big objective. And Olga Zavialova, very happy for the medal. It's her first senior medal. She won a gold at the Junior Worlds in 1992. So what's that, a decade ago? She knows, she makes the point that the team is changing. The next generation is coming. They'll be ready for everybody in Turin. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.